I prefer America to London.
Oh,
Japanese people love America. The biggest culture shock that I had in Europe was not many people like America. Some people actually hate it.
why do British people come to America and feel blown away?
I love America because you guys love yourselves.
All over the media and news in the UK, they paint America in such a bad light.
I really hope people don't take this for granted because America is safe.
That's a restaurant?
Yup. It's the Inglewood flagship.
It's like an entire stadium in itself.
I love America more than some Americans.
For years, the world has heard countless stories about America, a country often described through headlines, debates, and negative stereotypes. Dangerous, divided, overhyped. But then some of the most recognizable people on the planet decided to see it for themselves. Famous celebrities, international stars, people with millions of followers watching their every move. They came from places all around the world, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and beyond. And what they discovered was completely different from what they expected. They experienced the culture, the people, the energy, and the everyday moments that never appear in the stories they had heard before. For some, it was the kindness of strangers. For others, it was the scale, the opportunities, and the unique lifestyle they found across the country. Their visits changed the way they looked at America. Today, we're looking at what happened when some of the world's biggest celebrities finally experienced the United States for themselves, and why their reactions surprised millions of people around the world. Let's get started.
The biggest cultural shock between Germany and the US? It's not what people think. It's not food, not language, not even politics. It's the energy. In Germany, people respect your space. You don't randomly talk to strangers. Life feels private. In America, life feels like everyone is on the same team. Strangers talk to you, smile, conversations, connection. Germany gives you order. America gives you courage. Where do you feel more like yourself? Germany or America?
I prefer America to London.
Oh,
I don't know. I feel like America is just like Lagos. There's rules, but there's also no rules. Like everybody's just gangster and stuff. Yeah, all of you, your life here is programmed. Take 10 minutes train, trek 10 minutes. Put your Oyster card. Ooh, Elizabeth line. I don't have to miss my train. The bus come by this time. Uber, 50 pounds. No, I'll trek. Your life here is just like in a bracket. The center of London, I got a place in Westminster. Where do you call that place? Knightsbridge.
wait, say that again.
Westminster.
You say we're shisha. Why are you trendy? Why are you chewing the words?
There's not even space in the UK. The population is too much. I feel like if you're here to immigrate, just go back to your country. This place is tight. I got an hotel and I was literally in a box. No window, nothing.
So the last time you was here, where were you staying?
My friend's place, but it's not around right now.
Oh, and now he's gone to Knightsbridge, guys. Now he has a place in Knightsbridge.
No, I've left Knightsbridge. I'm not in the... I'm back to reality. That place is just branding. There's nothing about that place. That place is expensive and you want to live there by force, you live in a box. I was living in a box yesterday. I could not stretch.
I love America more than some Americans. As an immigrant, I just gotta keep it 100 with you right now. I love America. Boy, do I love this country. Somebody will say, why do you love America? What? This country gave my family opportunities. What? I came here when I was young. It's afforded my family opportunities that no other country was able to afford us at the time. So do I love Kenya? Absolutely. But do I love America? Hell yeah, I love America. What? I love America more than some Americans. It's just crazy to me how people would leave their countries, come here, and then start talking crazy. It's like me coming to your house, looking around, looking at the furniture and the art and saying, I think you should put this over there. No, I don't really like your crib. It don't matter. I came here. I chose to come here. I don't know about y'all, man, but I love America.
Why do British people come to America and feel blown away? Let me put this into perspective. The entire United Kingdom is the size of Oregon, one state. So when we come to America, just the scale alone is so difficult for us to even comprehend. And then when every state, region, etc. feels like its own country and has its own culture and own style, its own identity, its own history, its own culture, it becomes like a fascination, well, for us specifically, to want to see more. Over the last 2 weeks, we have been very fortunate to be able to go from Lake Winnipesaukee, which is in New Hampshire, all the way down to Martha's Vineyard. And before anyone says anything, yes, we've been very fortunate to be able to stay with friends. The point is those two places are in one small region of the United States, a very beautiful region that I happen to live in. I do believe from a lot of comments that I've seen, it is an underrated region of the United States. But think about that for 1 second. Lake Winnipesaukee is peaceful, it's rustic, it's outdoorsy, nobody really cares what they look like, everyone's just very chill. It's mountains, it's forests, it's lake life. And then just a few hours away, you have obviously the Cape, but then Martha's Vineyard. And it just feels like you stepped into a completely different place. Doing that in a space of 2 weeks blows your mind. Beautiful beaches, coastal villages, and Native American history, a lot of African American history. Oak Bluffs in particular has a really rich African American history, which is so amazing to learn about. This is a history we knew very little about before visiting. I was very surprised to see how culturally diverse it was. And I absolutely loved that surprise because it completely changed the way we saw the whole island. And I'll say it again, this is a one very small region of America. Every trip that I take reminds me there's so much more to learn. So many Americans that I've met prefer to go on vacation outside of the US. They love going to Europe. And I totally understand that. But I get so many messages of people saying that I've influenced them or made them want to travel their own country more. And I think that that is so amazing, and you should, because there's so much here for you to learn, for you to see.
All over the media and news in the UK, they paint America in such a bad light. They make it seem so dangerous. They make it seem like you're going to go there and you're going to get popped.
Yeah.
So I was very apprehensive. So the first place we visited was Arizona. And as soon as we landed and I got my feet on the ground, I got this weird, beautiful energy. America is just like every film I've ever watched. I felt this uplifting energy, and everywhere I looked just looked like every movie I'd ever watched. Yeah. And it was so exciting. Me and Shana, I was buzzing. I was honestly buzzing. And then we went for a walk, and everybody we bumped into was so outgoing, was so friendly. We had such good chats.
They just wanted a chat.
They wanted
to
chat
this is a huge difference between the UK and the US. Everyone wanted to talk to us in the US before even hearing our accent.
My name is Selena, and this is my first time trying Cheesecake Factory. The free water never gets old to me. Denmark, this would be like $8. Yeah. Yeah, for water. For a glass of water. Is this free? Yeah. That's wild. Thank you. Wow. Apparently this brown bread is supposed to be... Why is it sweet? I mean, it's good, but why?
Commenting like, what the hell were you thinking?
So this is Cheesecake Factory ranch. So I'm trying the proper ranch y'all now. Oh, it's really good. It's good. I'm like, why is it good? I've never had a warm pickle before. It's literally as big as my head. Can we get the rest?
Yes, you could take the rest home.
It's everything I hoped for.
This restaurant? Like, she just pictured a whole future.
It's the next day and we went back to get a cheesecake. I was so full yesterday, I could not pick a flavor. Even today I had such a hard time picking a flavor, and oh my god, don't even get me started on the prices. Like, the amount of money I paid for this. I bake a lot myself, so this better be worth it. Oh my god, that's a big bite. It's so sweet. Fucking bad. I made so much money for this. I'm considering going back for a second slice, like not today, but maybe like in a week or two. So comment your favorite flavor, because maybe you can help me decide, because I wanted to try everything, but it's so expensive.
America, all you needed was a chance. One shot to prove to the world that you are not what the news and the media portray you as. That you have this culture, this scenery, the people are amazing. During this World Cup, people have flown to America and they're seeing America through their own eyes, through their own experiences, forming their own opinions, and they're realizing how amazing America really is. It must feel good being American, going through all these years of torment and people bashing you here, there, and everywhere. And now you get to sit back and see that people get to experience your country through their own eyes and tell you how amazing and beautiful it actually is. He was given that chance And now you are receiving the flowers that you truly deserve. I've traveled America now for many years. I've made thousands of videos saying how much I love America. And now the rest of the world is finally seeing it. America, you deserve it. You deserve all the love and recognition you are now receiving. It's been a long time coming, but you deserve it.
I'm a Brit that's currently in Michigan. You've all been waiting for my first impressions video. So let's get into it. I can't start this video without speaking about what is behind me. You can see this body of water. All had prepped me to say, like, by the way, it's huge. Like, you're going to be shocked that it's a lake. But when I tell you the amount of times that I've forgotten that it's a lake whilst I've been here and thinking it's the sea, ridiculous amount. I have just been completely and totally in awe of this body of water behind me. And what's so amazing about it being a lake is that it's not salty. So we have been swimming in it. You don't get salty eyes, you don't get itchy eyes, you don't get red eyes. It's got no, sea animal, sea life in it. There are fish, but there's no like sharks in the sea. So you instantly feel more relaxed when you get into the water because you think there's nothing really around that's gonna harm me, no seaweed. I honestly feel like since I've moved to America, spending so much time like in different areas, like swimming in ponds and lakes here, it's just, I personally feel like it's better than beaches at this thing. Bipolar weather. I thought that Massachusetts had bipolar weather, which it can do, but Michigan has been a whole nother level. And I don't know if it's just like this time of year or what, but 1 minute the sun is shining and you're really hot, the next minute it's raining, the next minute you feel cold, the next minute it's windy. It's just been like, there was parts where it was humid and I was like sticky and hard to know how to dress. You have to have layers. I've had to buy layers, as you can see. I always buy a sweater wherever I go in the US. Like every trip that I go on, I buy a sweater of like where I've been. So it's one of the places that I've been to that I haven't yet shown you. Okay, let's talk about Michiganders. Did you say Michiganders or Michiganders? I'm right because the state's called Michigan, so it should be Michiganders, right? Let's talk about the people. You know what I'm going to say before I even say it. Like some of the best people I've met in the US so far. You are all so friendly. When I say like any Uber, any place that we've gone to, they hear the accent and they're just so helpful. Like, what can they tell you? What advice can they give you? And the other thing that I've noted, it's not just about friendliness, because I know I talk about that all the time. Pride. And I found that, to be honest, anywhere in the US that I've travelled, like people are just so proud of where they are from and their home state, and it just shines through every single time, in person, online. People are proud to be English and they're proud of like where they're from, but then it's a different level of pride. The passion that you have when you're speaking about areas that you want people to visit, the passion that you have when you think that an area that you want people to see has been missed off of the list. Saying that we love your state, you're just like so thankful. Even before we've even said that and they notice our accents, people are being like, thank you so much for coming to Michigan, or thank you so much for thinking of us, thank you so much for being so welcoming to me and to my friend and people online, of course. Like all your comment, like I'm so grateful for you all. The vineyards, okay, we were just absolutely gobsmacked how many vineyards are here, how they look so much like Europe, places we've been to, France, Italy, like the hills, there's hills and then there's just vineyards and beautiful buildings and chateaus, and it gives you the feel that you're in Europe when you're not in Europe. Expensive for anyone to travel from the US to another country, especially European countries, and I feel like how lucky you all are to have it in your own country. They're not able to get out of the country and see those things. They are here for you to see, and you can go. And Michigan gives you that. Let me know if you want more, but the last one I'm going to do on this video is, so Traverse City is the cherry capital of the world, and they're very, very proud of that. Massachusetts and Maine, you know, like loving lobsters and lobsters being very well known, it's like a different level. It's like the cherries are in everything. The cherries are on every menu, in the salads, in the drinks, in the foods. Like my friend Rachel, she had like a cherry glazed pork chop the other night. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. Like you go into the shops and a lot of the accessories have cherries all over them, like black satin dresses with like cherries all over it, loads of mugs, loads of cups, like. And I love how much you've leaned into it. Try and get a cherry pie or a cherry crumb. You let me know in the comments where I can go back to Traverse City from where we are right now. If you let me know where I can get one in Traverse City, the best one, then I would be much appreciative of that, because we definitely want to try that before we go. But yeah, let me know if you want any more of my impressions. I have many, many more. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for welcoming us. So excited to see many, many more. But I think Michigan's a special one because I think it's underrated.
how cool is this, right? I'm in Boston, Massachusetts, and I've come across something I've never come across before. These guys are casually just playing baseball, and they're like older gentlemen. Look at that. So it's a Wednesday lunchtime, and these guys are just slogging balls. I don't understand. Why is there this big net, though? Usually that's not in baseball, right? Got a big ball, fastball. Whoa! This might be the most wholesome, best thing I've ever seen. Just a group of guys hanging out. When I get to this age, I hope that I'm doing stuff like this. Is this like common? Is this like a certain league, or I don't know. Has anyone else seen this before? Fastball number 2, and it's a slog straight at the bowler. That's quick hands from him there. Straight to base 1. Oh, you're out there, bud. I didn't think that I would spend my day in America sat on a bench watching these group of guys playing baseball. Okay, I feel like an idiot. It's not baseball, it's softball, apparently. Something called softball. Is there a difference? They are bowling underarm, so I think that's the difference.
That's a restaurant?
Yup. It's the Inglewood flagship.
It's like an entire stadium in itself. It's ginormous. So this is the box combo?
Yup.
And you're telling me this is the best sauce I'm ever going to try in my life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me get this straight. Massive screens, giant disco dog, 2 floors, art installations, chicken fingers.
Yep.
And this is where everyone stops for the big games and concerts.
Yep.
Everything really is bigger and better in America.
It amazes me how many Americans I have met that have never left the country. I would honestly say more than half the people I've met here have never left the United States. The majority of Americans that I know don't even have a passport. To fly around the United States, you only need your driver's license. So for Americans that have never left the country, they've never had a reason to get a passport. But after living here for a few years, I know exactly why a lot of Americans have never left the country. They just don't need to. And to piggyback off of my previous video, every state is like a different country. For example, I live in Texas, right? If I want to go somewhere cold, I'll fly out to Alaska or Colorado. Or if I want a beach trip, I'll go to California or Florida or South Carolina. Flying from Texas to California would be like flying from London to Greece or London to Portugal. Or how I would have gone from London to the French Alps or the Swiss Alps for skiing. You would just go from Texas to Colorado or Albuquerque to ski. So besides historical landmarks like the London Eye, Big Ben, the Eiffel Tower, all them things, America has everything that you would leave the country for. We would leave cold and rainy London, England, to go to sunny Spain, sunny Portugal. Whereas if someone here lives in like cold and rainy Wisconsin, they'll go to sunny California, sunny Florida. So now I understand it. America has everything that the rest of the world has to offer, besides all the historical stuff. So if I was born and raised here, I probably wouldn't have left either.
Answering 3 most popular questions in my DMs. Number 1 is why I'm not leaving America if I love Russia so much. Why do I live in the United States? First of all, I would like to make my TikTok more interesting for you and not only talk about Russia. But honestly, I don't know how to. What do you want to know? Beauty advice, lifestyle, because when I'm posting vlogs about my lifestyle, like what I eat in a day, what I do in a day, nobody's watching it. Now TikTok policies changed, monetization policy changed. So TikTok wants one account to be posting about one specific narrow topic. I don't know what's gonna happen with lifestyle vlogs. So this account is about Russian culture, Russians, a little bit politics. This is the topic of this account. That's why I'm talking about this. Russian culture. I also don't understand. Like there are a lot of good countries, but you can't, one human, you have one body, you can't live in many countries at the same time. So I genuinely don't understand this question. Seriously, like, what do you mean? I think it's a little bit immature question. America is my 3rd immigration. So I basically lived where I liked, but I'm getting older and I'm planning children. Children need to go to school. Children have a father. Family needs to stay in the house, like in one place. So this, I don't get this question. If you can explain me more about this question, let me know in comments.
I hear a lot of people saying Americans aren't well traveled. They can't point out Switzerland on a map. They don't know anything outside of the country.
Of course he don't. I wouldn't if I lived here, bro. If I lived here, yeah, I wouldn't give a fuck about any other country. I'm gonna keep it real. Every state, yeah, is like its own country. I don't think people realise how big this place is. This place is massive. Put into context, yeah, in Ireland I can get a 45-minute flight, be in Amsterdam, be in England. Totally different countries, bro. Miami is about fucking 8 hours away from Orlando, bro. I thought it was around the corner. I didn't realise how big this kip was. Americans don't need to leave their country, bro. They can go on a vacation inside the country, bro. If I was from here, yeah, and wanted to go on holidays, oh, grand. Going to fucking California, going to New York, not leaving the country. I don't give a rat's about anywhere else if I lived here, to be honest. I get it why people say Americans aren't well travelled. Bro, they are well travelled. This place is huge. If I was American, I wouldn't give a fuck about any other country. So if you are an American and you feel bad about it, bro, you're not missing out on anything. This place has everything and more. So don't feel bad. But unfortunately, it's my last night here as well, which is so sad. Bro, I'm gonna miss this place. Look at this street, bro. This is American ass shit. I'm gonna miss Walmart, Target and all. Ireland is shit, bro. I'm not looking forward to going back. Look, the fire hydrant is still there. Still holding the fortress down, bro. Strong. Sad, sad times.
One thing that I can say wholeheartedly about America is it has the most elite outdoors of anywhere I have ever experienced.
Look where we're stood right now. Like, this is a child's dream, and it's our dream right now, and we're literally living it. Like, this is amazing. You can't get this in the UK. Like, the water is warm as well. It's crystal clear. It's flowing river next to our campsite, and it's just so beautiful.
Any activity you want to do, you can do in this country. Hiking, biking, abseiling, rock climbing,
Fishing.
water rafting. Quick, keep going.
Name more in the comments. What more can you do? Literally everything here.
Hiking. Anything. You can do anything. You can pick any landscape you want. You can pretty much pick the weather you want. An hour ago, when we were in Eureka,
I think it was Eureka.
it was cold, it was cloudy, we've driven for an hour, it's now 80 Fahrenheit, and we're both covered in sun cream, getting a tan, and looking at the most amazing stuff. Look at this. Hello. Look at that.
Look at that.
Hi.
What more could you want? Hi.
So beautiful. We love this country, we ain't ever leaving.
Can't even believe that I'm actually going to say this, but I actually miss the Americans so much. I miss the Americans. My Shayla, I need the Americans back. Guys, TikTok feels so dry. My For You page is so flipping boring. Snooze fest, honestly. My For You page is so dry. Like, the app here feels so weird without the Americans. It feels so empty. You know, like an empty stadium concert. It just feels weird without the Americans. It's like, we need them back. And it's like, I didn't actually believe that it was going to get banned. I thought that they were just talking out their flipping junk mouths. I thought they were just talking trash. But no, they seriously banned it in America. And they can't even use the damn VPNs to get back on the app. We need the Americans back. Guys, does it not feel weird? Like, and you know what? I thought that we weren't going to be able to see the Americans' accounts no more. Their accounts are still up. Thank God, at least I didn't lose my followers. But still, it just feels weird. We need them back.
Okay, 6 things I do miss about living in America since I moved to Italy 1 year ago. And before you comment, go back to America if you're not happy here. Every country is good and bad, and I'm allowed to miss things from my home country. Technically, I already did this video in Italian, but I'm gonna do it again in English to be accessible. I'm literally so accessible right now. So the first thing that I talked about in my original video were they were little things like air conditioning, because Italy doesn't have centralized air conditioning. A lot of apartments will have little air conditioning units, but it's not centralized. So maybe it'll just be in one room of your entire apartment. And only a few shops and restaurants will have air conditioning. The second thing I talked about in my original video was Mexican food. I miss authentic Mexican food so much. And a lot of my commenters were Italians were like, yeah, but you can only get authentic Mexican food in Mexico. And I think it's because Italians don't realize that America is full of first-generation Mexicans, people who don't speak English yet, people who just migrated. And these people will open up little stalls, little shops, little restaurants, mom and pop stuff, and that's typically where you eat, and it's so good. Something else I really, really miss, something more profound, is just the openness and friendliness of Americans. And obviously, I'm from Colorado. Someone from New York is going to be completely different, a lot more closed off and selective about who they're friendly to. But from where I'm from, it's super, super normal to just have no formalities with strangers. You could literally be at the store and just turn to the person next to you and just start talking to them like you've known them forever, and they'll just talk to you back. It just feels like there's less of a wall between you and the people who exist with you in public. Ooh, a huge one. I miss complimenting people. I miss complimenting girls specifically. In the USA, it is super, super normal to just stop in the middle of the street to be like, oh my God, I love your purse. Where did you get it? You look, literally your entire vibe, you're glowing, queen. You look so beautiful. And then it's very common for that girl to be like, no, I literally was like admiring your dress, but I didn't want to say anything because I was shy, but like, you are so beautiful. Can I get your Instagram handle? And then like, I know it seems fake, but it is 1000% real. I have met girls in club bathrooms like 5 years ago. I still follow them, still see their Instagram stories, and I love to do it. I love to see them thriving. And for so many, like, especially like French people, they're like, Americans are so fake. They give you compliments and they go away. They have no intention of being your friend. And it's like, it's literally just being kind and passing it forward, and it comes from a very genuine place. And like, sometimes I can't help myself here. I will see a girl with beautiful makeup and I can't help it, but I really like your makeup. And oftentimes like girls here are stunned. They're like, thank you, Barbie. Ooh, the other thing that I miss is how laid back we are allowed to be. And of course, I only like this to a certain extent because I do not love the vibe of people going to the grocery store in their pajamas. I don't think it's cute. However, saying that, I think in Italy, it goes too far. The rules of what you're allowed to wear, the rules about like, even just the way you wear your hair. Like, I remember I wore 2 braids to school, like instead of just 1. And my teacher was like, you know, two braids are for little girls. Like, grown women wear 1 braid. And I was like, huh? And you can't leave the house with wet hair, which sucks because like I really, really prefer to air dry my hair. It's healthier for your hair. Your ends don't get all frayed because heat is dangerous for your hair. And it's so extreme to the point where like, even when I'm staying at home, if I'm like at the seaside at Carla's grandma's house and I'm like, I want to just relax and let my hair air dry, I can't. She's like, are you gonna go dry your hair? Even if we have nowhere to go, even if we have nothing to do. She's like, go dry your hair. Like, can I live, please? No one's gonna see me. I don't, like, why? And they're like, you'll get a cold. And it's like, I've been doing this my entire life. And I've never gotten a cold after I don't dry my hair. I just feel like I'm going crazy. I also miss wearing athleisure, how it's like cute, trendy, and comfortable to wear, like, to look like you're gonna go to the gym, but you're just going to the store. I think that's really comfy. I think that's really cute, and I miss it. And if you wear workout clothes here, people will automatically assume that you're coming from or going to the gym. This next one is probably going to vary from family to family, but I have experienced that, like, with Carlo's family, they're very thin, very small, very petite. And I am not small. I'm not petite. If you ever meet me in real life, you're gonna be like, wow, you're taller than I expected. I'm like 5'7". And here in Italy, I am considered chubby, and I really, really miss the attitude about like body positivity that exists in the USA. And I have never, ever, ever been complimented on my body by an Italian besides Carlo. Carlo's parents, the only comments they've ever made about my body is if they're like, you should probably go to the gym. And recently we had one of Carlo's American like family friends come here, and he's like 70, and he's got like a new girlfriend who's 70. And she was like, unprompted, she was like, Bailey, you have a beautiful figure. And I literally almost started sobbing because I haven't heard that in ages. Like, on a lighter note, the last thing that I really, really miss is hot sauce and ranch dressing.